What is the best meal plan to lose fat? Does one actually exist? And what should you actually eat like if that's the case? Well, I'm going to be covering exactly what I recommend you do and what has helped over 495ers at this point implement meal plan wise and nutrition wise to get in the best shape of their life. Who am I? For those who don't know me and maybe watching live or catching this somewhere, whether you're watching on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are right now. My name's Andrew Marsham. I'm head CEO and head coach at the Fat Loss Forever program, founder, creator of the Fat Loss Forever program as well. And we have helped over 495ers lose fat, get in shape, and ultimately feel better about themselves, feel healthy, feel fit over the last 3 years. Now, if you're watching, firstly, on the replay, comment replay below. And if you're watching live with me right now, if anyone's on, drop me a comment with live. And of course, if you have any questions, if there's anything at all you want to ask me around nutrition, training, workouts, lifestyle, does not matter, leave a comment below and I will get back to you. Or if I'm on the call with you right now, I'll of course answer it. Now, I think you do need to kind of share your settings with StreamYard, the streaming software that I'm with. Jamie, good to see you on, my man. Hopefully you're doing well. So ultimately, what does the best fat loss meal plan look like? Well, this is the number one thing that you need to think about when it comes to fat loss meal planning. And having, as I said, helped hundreds of people lose fat, this is also the number one thing that everyone needs to think about. And it's what meal plan's going to work for you. Period. Like everyone has different styles, everyone has different structures, routines, habits, lifestyles, pressures, likes, dislikes. There's so many different variables. Yes, there are basic frameworks and principles that you need to apply in order to lose fat effectively, and I will touch on those. But I have to stress that you must find the plan that works for you. Let me give you a couple of examples here. I've been very lean 3 times in my life. The first time I got very lean, I ate almost nothing until midday. I ate very light. I trained in the evening. The second time, roles reversed. I trained in the morning, ate more the first half of the day, and ate very light in the evening times, maybe almost nothing after 5 p.m. And the third time, I was kind of just in the middle. I trained at 10:30. I didn't eat too much in the morning, and I ate the vast majority mid to late afternoon, and then had a meal in the evening as well. So there are so many ways to skin a cat. And because my lifestyle and what I was doing at the time was different on each occasion, then it required a different meal plan. Now, the same principles applied, aka me figuring out foods I enjoyed that I can stick to that are high in protein, that are high in high quality micronutrients. Like there are certain principles that just cannot go anywhere. And here's some of the main tips and pointers that I do want to touch on. And this is what we really focus and building into our Fat Loss Forever program as well, and the meal plans and the schedules and things like that that we lay out for our clients. Ultimately, every time you sit down to eat, you should be thinking, where is my protein coming from? Where is the protein source? Is it chicken? Is it beef? Is it eggs? Is it whey protein? Is it protein bars? Is it anything? Like, is it milk? Like, that was a poor choice, but fish, it doesn't matter. Like, what are and where is the protein coming from? Now, if you're vegetarian, vegan, that is actually going to be much more challenging, but it's not to say that it can't be done. I am not a huge fan of vegetarian vegan approaches. I just really do not like it. It's very difficult. And actually, I think for the most part, it's actually detrimental to health unless you are very switched on when it comes to the overall nutrition portion. I think it's a very lazy way of trying to go about a healthy nutrition plan, to be perfectly honest. Um, Again, everyone has their own methods. It's certainly just not mine. But secondly to that, protein source at every single meal. Secondly to that, where are the majority of your carbohydrates going? Now, this isn't because meal timing is magic, but you putting more of your carbohydrates around your workout, having your larger meals maybe after your workout is going to be a very good use of meal timing. And the secondary to that, when are you most likely to be hungry? Now, this sounds silly, but you'll often hear that, oh, you've got to eat a breakfast. Says who? You don't need to eat a breakfast. That is bullshit. You need to eat at times that work for you and allow you to stick to a plan. If you eat breakfast, eat lunch, eat dinner, and then you're still going to be hungry in the evening time, you're just going to, and you end up putting yourself, let's say your calorie target is 2,000. And with the snacks in the evening, you're eating 2,300, 400 calories. starting to reverse weight the other way, gain weight, or you're just sitting at a plateau. Well, what if you weren't particularly hungry in the morning and you fasted until lunchtime? And then instead of eating those 300 to 400 additional calories over, you pulled the calories from breakfast and put them into the evening meal or the snack at the end of the day. You would still make great progress. Just because you're eating late at night does not mean that you're not going to lose weight. That's utter bullshit. Because ultimately, then you have to, if you're sticking to a calorie target, which is key, you have to then, by default, eat less at some other part of the day, aka the morning time. So if you're eating less in the morning and eating more at night, but that works for your schedule and you can stick to the calories, then perfect. So that is the most effective structure in terms of fat loss for you, depending on you. It always comes down to the person. What can you stick to? Again, protein, 1 pound of body weight. Calories, start with your body weight in pounds times 12 and fill the rest in with carbohydrates and fats. And if you don't know how to do that, reach out and send me a message and I'll walk you through it. Again, I have a YouTube video as well that shows you exactly how to do this in a little more depth. I'm not going to get into it today, but actually map it out in the whiteboard. So have a look out for that. Now, when it comes to the most effective fat loss meal plan for 9 to 5ers, have some flexibility. I absolutely insist that no one ever eats a meal they do not enjoy on our program. That may sound silly, but if you are forcing yourself to eat a certain way, you're ruling out certain food groups, not happening. You're never going to stick to it. If you're doing anything with the mindset of I'm going to do this for a period of time, or you must go into it with the perception or the perspective that you're going to do it for the rest of your life. Because then you'll find what works for you. If you want to lose fat for 8 weeks and get in shape for a wedding, fine. I'm not the guy to be watching. Go and watch someone else. Go and watch the fucking diarrhea tea adverts. They'll get you in shape in no time. Go on Herbalife. If you want to fuck yourself up for years, just go and start taking Herbalife shakes. Might as well. If all you want to do is get in shape for a holiday once a year, why not? Just don't eat. Like, there's so many stupid things out there. And for example, Herbalife is one. I'm not going to go on a rant, but when it comes to losing fat, again, if you do it once and you do it properly, which is what we teach our students to do, you never have to do it again. If you actually put the time, effort, and consistency into developing the skills, the knowledge, the understanding of how to set up a meal plan, how to stick to a workout program, how to fit in things that you actually enjoy, you'll never be out of shape again. Okay, you may gain a little bit of body fat, winter coat, all that sort of stuff, and you're putting on a bit of muscle. Listen, we all do that. I certainly do not maintain my photo shoot shape year round, I can assure you. So ultimately then it comes down to if you can develop a skill set that's going to allow you to execute for the rest of your life, that is the most valuable thing that you can ever attain. Because there are two things that play into quality and length of life: a healthy body fat and your a high quality muscle mass and retaining it. So that's going to involve you training and working out with resistance, using weights, and staying in a healthy body fat range, which really requires you to be on point with nutrition and a fat loss plan. Now, ultimately, that fat loss plan will become a maintenance plan, which is good, and then you can start increasing your calories over time. And again, that's something we do with our Fat Loss Forever students, is actually reverse diet them, so that when the diet or the fat loss phase ends, we start to increase calories and they can maintain their weight in 2,500, 2,700 calories. I mean, I was maintaining my weight at over 4,000 calories in the winter there, the bulking season, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I just go through periods of where I'm focusing on different goals, but I was struggling to gain weight in 4,000 calories a day, which is pretty good place to be. You can enjoy some food. And again, as long as you're getting high quality, you're staying in a healthy body fat range, you're training, you're exercising, you're good to go. So the most effective fat loss meal plan that you can follow is the one that you can stick to. It's high in protein, it's moderate in calories, and it incorporates fruit and veg to some capacity throughout the day. Don't overthink it. Meal timings, don't overthink it. Work them around what works for you. Carbohydrates, if you are going to eat them as part of your plan, which I would absolutely recommend most people do, unless you're going keto or you're very, very low carbohydrate for whatever reason, put the vast majority of those carbohydrates around your workout. It will make sense. It's not going to be a game changer, but it can help. And that's the most effective fat loss plan you can have. Now, if you want me to build you a fat loss plan on a call for you, just comment the word plan below and I'll reach out, send you over a call link and grab a free 20, 30-minute consultation with you, build out a free meal plan for you. Comment plan below. What you got to lose?